Hello, it's Kevin here. Time for another experiment with our artificial friends. Now, I made some videos and podcasts which you may have seen, you may have heard, where we're talking about how you can use your artificial friends to help you with the OET. Now, we're going to look at IELTS. Now, this is a slightly different approach because of how the OET and IELTS exams work. So for the OET, you've got doctor, patient, nurse, and patient, or whichever, right? So it's always medical, professional, and patient, or relative of patient. So for those, chat works if you want a speaking partner to read the lines from a transcript. So as I explained in my previous video or videos, how you can do that, my audio role plays on Spotify. You play those, shadow the pronunciation, memorize the lines, rehearse that whole drama as pedagogy thing. So that's all there. So what we're thinking about here is about using it for IELTS. How can that work? Now, the problem is, if we just ask it to act like an examiner, to ask follow-up questions. Now, I could program it with a script, so it'll read you the lines. So, can you tell me about this? Here's a topic card for you, etc. I'm thinking about that. But I think the best thing to do is this approach. So you don't need a speaking partner. You need feedback on your answers. Okay, so in OET, you have the interlocutor playing a patient, and they're bouncing things back and forth. They are allowed to change the wording because they don't actually have a script. They've got a series of tasks, right? So they're not going to give you word for word in the same way that the IELTS examiner is going to read you the questions, okay? They are allowed to reword some of the questions for the third part of a speaking section. They can do that, but the first part, they have to do it word for word. The second part, they just have to read you the instructions. We've got the follow-up questions, etc. So there's a bit of a difference there, of course. So I think the best thing is to record yourself answering the questions, and I'll show you the tool that I use. You can use your phone, of course. It's up to you. I don't. I mean, like, if you want to, you can use your phone. I use Audacity, which is a free piece of software, which I've explained before. How it works for me here, this records from my microphone, which is here. It also records the computer sound. So I use this when I'm doing my role plays with the students. I'm a patient, they're the doctor. We record it, transcribe it. And this particular site I use for transcriptions. Now TurboScribe gives you certain amounts of free transcriptions a day. You've got like 30 minutes a day or something, right? Free. I've got the paid one because I use it all of the time. As you can see here, I've got all these different role like plays and all this, right? So I use this a lot. But you can use the free version, and it's pretty good. You've got up to 30 minutes a day, which is more than enough for your purpose if you think that's two complete IELTS speaking tests. So that's what I would do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to maybe find part two. I'll find some proper questions. I'll find some Cambridge questions, and I'm not even going to think about it. This is just to demonstrate the methodology. So I'll get Cambridge 20. Cambridge 20. Oh yeah, and disclaimer, fair like use, blah blah blah. So don't be complaining for copyright. So what was a speaking test? This one, what is it? Speaking test, what is it? Okay, right. I'll try. So what I'm gonna do, I'll get the timer. Right, so 2 minutes. Okay, so when I start, I'll start it off and I'll show you how it might work. We'll see. I've got some prompts here. I use the pro version of Chat. I've got like ChatGPT 5.1. Okay, so there's the older models. The free version is probably VU 4.0 or 4.1. I use the pro one. So we'll try it out and we'll see. So they give you a minute to think. Play our film that you've seen that to see again with friends. Now, you don't have to follow the points on the card. Right? You don't have to. You can do if you wish. You don't have to do that. Play a film, let's see again with friends. What other play? It says play a film again. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to think of what film or play I'd like to see again. Because they give you a minute. What recent film have I watched? Nuremberg. That's a film I watched last week. I'll talk about that. So, you get your phone out. I'm going to use my Audacity. And I'll start it going. You can see the lines. It's recording. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about a film that I saw recently, just last week. In fact, I was watching it on the internet. I found a free version because I didn't want to pay money to go to the cinema, and it's called Nuremberg. Okay, so there's been a couple of films called, there was a mini TV series that came out 20 years ago, Nuremberg, with Alec Baldwin in it and Brian Cox as Reich Marshal Hermann Goering. And that was pretty good. I'm not sure why. And then, of course, you had the Judgment at Nuremberg film with Spencer Tracy, 1966, I think it was. Anyway, this is a new one with Russell Crowe and Rami Malek as the psychologist. So the perspective here is different. It's a battle of wits between Goering and Dr. Kelly, I think is the character's name, this psychologist. So you've got Russell Crowe as Goering, Rami Malek as the psychiatrist, and it's basically a two-hander between those two interactions between. Now, it's pretty good. The acting, especially by Russell Crowe, is excellent. And I just think that my friends would like to see this if they haven't seen it. Not because I might be interested in World War II or Nazism or anything such as that, but because of the quality of the acting. I might watch it again myself in the future. So, as I said, this is certainly a film that I would like to see again, and I'm sure my friends would enjoy it as well. Okay, so 2 minutes. So I'll stop that. Stop. Now what I'm going to do now, export it. I'll just do it as a WAV, IELTS 2 trial. It doesn't need to be MP3. I'll just do it as a WAV. Okay, so export, and it should be on my other screen. Yeah, so I can close that off. I can close off that. So what I'm going to do, that's it, 2 minutes, drag and drop into TurboScribe. Okay, let's see how this works. Shouldn't take long now. TurboScribe, I always use Whale because it's the most accurate, right? Always. I always use it. And it's only 2 minutes, so it should be pretty quick. Then I'm going to put it into chat and we'll see. We'll see how it works. Okay, so it's loading up. Okay, so anyway, I'll pause. I'll come back when it's... oh, actually, it's nearly done now. There you go. 2 minutes. That's pretty quick. Okay. So, here we go. Let's just have a quick look. Okay, let's do the film I saw recently. So it's F3 version. Nuremberg. Yeah, as you can see, the transcription is pretty good. Okay, so download as a text because not every AI will read Word, etc. Okay, now let's see what we've got to do. So, highlight grammar mistakes, awkward grammar, suggest corrections, blah, 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 blah. Now, obviously, as a native, it's probably not going to give me a lot of mistakes. Okay, but this is just to show you how it works, how it might work. So I'll copy that out, get a fresh one, put it in, and then drag and drop the transcript, and it's loaded up. It's loading. Let's see what it's going to do. Now, it might take a while, so I'll pause it. Is it going to tell me now? It's reading. Anyway, while that's working away, so we'll see how it works out. So, transcript, changing ideas, just the language. Yeah, you see, it's working. It's doing what it should now. Obviously, it might be better if I got a crap version. Actually, I might get Chat to change it down to a 5.5 and then reinstall it. We'll try it. So I'll just let that run on and I'll show you how you can do this. Okay, so for example, let me add this. Can you downgrade the language level to roughly IELTS 5.5 or intermediate level? Let's see if it'll do it. So that's working away. Now, here we go. I was watching it on the internet. I watched it online for the reason I want to pay for my ticket. It's called Nuremberg, so awkward phrasing, but right. There's been a couple of films. There have been Subject Verb Agreement, a mini-series that came out 20 years ago, more natural word order. Actually, very well made. That's good. Not sure why. Going into so much detail, right? Incomplete clause, like Judgment at Nuremberg, and of course you have the classic film. You see, added from, cleaned up the word order. Perspective here is about the wits in The Psychologist, I think he's called. The comma splice, apposition. So you get Russell Crowe's Goering, Rami Malek, basically two-hander. So, you can see. So these aren't wrong, but higher level impression. A film that I saw, a film I watched, that was pretty good. That was really well done. Okay, the quality of the acting, the strength of the performances, happily more expressive. Now let's see. What's it going to tell me? I hope it's not going to give me a low score. Oh, that will be quite embarrassing. Anyway, while that's doing that, let's see. Has it done it about 5.5? That's not 5.5. So, as I explained in my video before, you need to keep at it. It's called iterative prompting. Iterative. You've got to do it again, prompt. That was the same. It was the same language. It hadn't changed it. Now, this is useful for teachers because what we can do, we can take a text and say it's an authentic text aimed at C2, and we want to use it for lower levels in our classes. What we can do, we can ask our artificial friend, we can say, can you change this into intermediate, into pre-intermediate, etc. Okay, slightly rambling. Well, I do like a bit of a ramble. Lexical resource, 8. What are the... I should have got a 9. Well, but that should give you some ideas, yeah? So that actually works. So that's what you can do, right? On your phone, I'm going to tell you about a film I recently saw. Follow that process, and this is what it will give you. Obviously, now, pronunciation. Can't judge that. That's my job. But it can give you grammar and vocab. Now, to see how that works... Right. This is better. This is worse. Simpler. So, let's try it now. So, let's see what it says. Now, so this would be more approximate to whoever is taking IELTS. I just said make it worse just to give you an example. So we'll come back, no serious grammar, more natural and varied. I watched at home on my computer. Let's actually go to the cinema. There's some old films there, but my film is new. Russell Crowe, the story's about two men. In the film they sit together and talk a lot. Okay. Quite safe, basic. Okay, so you can see, right, it tweaks it and it pulls out your vocab. What does it say? A 7? Based on this transcript, right. Now, I don't know. Again, this is why you have to have us here. Because right, simply relying on the first thing what your artificial friend will tell you does not always work, because these things are designed to flatter you. They're designed to be nice, to be kind. Now, you see, it said this is a 7, but as you can see now, I said, are you really sure that's a 7? Pretty simple. Right, up. Now we've got 6.5, probably 6. Okay. So now, after giving it another prompt, now it's 6 to 6.5, depending on how long you actually speak and pronunciation. So it's very short. You put basics, blah blah blah. Band 7 speaks at length. Okay. Lexical resource, language is very basic. That's why it's 6.5. Less common idiomatics. Okay. So band 6.5. So you can see now, right, we're getting a little bit more like it now. So what to do now? Well, now we want to map it out. Okay. So can you lay this out in a 2-column format? Original verbatim in column 1 and a band 7 polished version in column 2. Now, the reason I say a 7, because realistically, most of the people taking IELTS don't need anything more. They use 6.5, 7, maybe 7.5. But there's no point in me showing them an ultra, super strong, band 8, 9 version when that's not what they're aiming for. More realistically, if they can get a 7, they'll be perfectly content. So let's see what happens now. Okay, so while we're waiting, we'll go back there. Oh, sorry. I type in, can you make this a band 6, 6.5? Then we'll do the same thing and drop it in. So you can see, right? So first of all, I want to talk about a film. I want to see blah, 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 blah. Or use your computer. However, transcribe it. If you drop it in, if you give it the right prompt, it'll give you the right answer. So let's have a look. Okay, top that line, that's the more. You see, now, right. You see, again, you've got to prompt it. It's like, that's the 7, as well, it's strong, very strong, like something again. Again, this is why the human element in AI is very important. You've got to keep prompting it. Because if you just say, can you tell me this? Right? You'll, crap in is crap out. Input equals output. So if you're not careful, this is why you've got to keep prompting. Band 7, again, basically band 7-ish. Why it's not clear 7 overall. Your instinct is right to doubt it. Okay. In Let's Go Resource 6.5 is best, clear but thin. See? So it's okay, but still, it's not, So dear. This is why people keep, right. I keep getting people on my talkie every day. They will say, okay, I used AI. AI says I'm a band 7, I'm a band 9, I'm A grade writing, speaking. But when I question it, when I say, send me the screenshots, send me your original, send me what your friend said, I see no. Not the case at all. Not the case at all. This is why I keep making these. You can use them. You can use them. Anyway, right. Yeah, well, forget that because I'm going to finish soon. I've got some students coming on iTalki. Right, now, this is better. This is better. Okay. I'm going to talk about a film I watched last week. I'm going to talk about a film I watched week, which really stayed with me afterwards. I watched it at home on my laptop. I watched it at home on my laptop one evening after work. They're quite intense and personal. Now, to get high scores, this is what you need to be doing, developing your answer. Okay? You can see, right, cause, effect, reason, example, okay, title suggests a vision quite recent, much more modern. Let me get that up a little bit more so you can read it. Okay, sit together in a long conversation, long intense conversations about responsibility, guilt, what happened. Yeah, so you can see, I hope, the difference between 6.5 band 7-8. It's the same ideas, but it's expanded. Yeah, look. Expansion, 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 right? Yeah, so I hope that gives you the idea or an idea of what you can do, how you can use it for. What you can use it for. You can use it, but be very careful how you do it. Make sure you either get a human component to check it out. So if you're one of my students on italki, you can do this, but you have to send me the original audio so I can have a listen, hear the pronunciation, intonation, etc. Because chat can't do it. Of course, it doesn't have artificial ears. It can only read text. So you can use it for grammar and vocab, developing, give you some ideas, etc. So for that, it works well. And if you do it as I've showed you, explained it, if you get the prompts right, give me all the grammar errors, identify low scoring vocabulary, etc., you'll get a good result. But you still need to get some human to check it out. As you've seen, I had to prompt it. Are you sure that's a 7? Are you sure that's an 8? Are you sure that's whatever? Yeah. Anyway, time for me to go. Bit of a long one for today, but I hope it gives you some ideas into process and how you can use your artificial friends. Okay, I'll see you on italki. Bye for now.